Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. This is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're going to talk about Ring of Honor, July 6, 2023, in the bag. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, episode 19. I'm just guessing that Nigel McGuinness is just going to be on Collision. Like, they introduced him to the team of Ring of Honor, and then they're like, no, we're going to move him over here. And I was like, okay. But it's okay, though. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman are always on point, and they were on tonight's show. We started off with Commander versus Gringo Loco, and this match was something. There was some really cool spots, but there was also a lot of like, oh, okay, that didn't look good. Oh, you know, it was okay. I feel bad saying that because I love these two. But it just, this match did not click with me whatsoever. I was tuning in and out, and I was pretty much like, okay. But then we have Lexi backstage with Big Bill and Lee Moriarty talking about them being a team while they're dominating. You know, the firm is over, but they will rock on, and they are an interesting combination of a tag team. I will say that. Christopher Daniels versus Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is growing on me because I fucking love that dance of his. Just that weird little shuffle he does. I've been trying to do it. My fat ass can't move like that. I'm trying to move like Daniel Garcia. I'm putting my hands up and I'm trying to do the wiggle, but Daniel Garcia just got them hips. He got them young hips. I got them young, not even young, chubby, fat hips, and I can't dance like Daniel Garcia. I'm trying. Well, Daniel Garcia for the win. That's a big win for him, too, especially over Christopher Daniels. Next up, we had Willie Mack, the Mack Attack. Willie! Such a pleasure to see this man wrestle. I've been watching Willie Mack for so long, and I'm glad he gets the love. And he's part of this big 6-man mayhem match. The winner of that match gets $25,000. Shit, I'll wrestle. It's been a minute since I got in the ring. I'll bet my fat ass was in there for $25,000 and be like, bring it on. Next up, Gates of Agony versus Darius Martin, Action Andretti. I don't know what we're doing with these two anymore. Where's AR Fox? That kind of just imploded unless AR Fox is hurt, you know. But Gates of Agony for the win. Who's going to defeat these two? And when Brian Cage's there, these three, who's going to beat them? Because they're just holding on to those titles unless we do a combination of, like, bringing the titles together. But this was a fun match. Okay. The Righteous with Stu Grayson versus, let's say it, y'all, Squash Gang. I'm sorry, they got names this time. Zach Patterson, Rip Impact, what was this one? Macro Marin, I believe. I hope I got that right. But this was a quick, dirty Righteous, and that. Dun. I love their music, man. Next up, we have Boys versus Lee Moriarty versus Big Bill. Big Bill cut a promo like when they're talking about being a tag team earlier. It was kind of silly. Just being really honest, it was very silly. It was Big Bill being Big Bill, and he said what he needed to say as Big Bill, and I was like, okay, sure. Next up, the Ring of Honor Women's Proving Ground match, Athena versus let's make sure I say this right, Zelazia Spart. I hope I said that right. Like, the way that people spell their names now, I'm just like, I want to say it as correctly as possible, but Athena for the win. Athena, who's going to defeat Athena as well? Who? Next up, we had JD Drake versus Tony Nese, and for some reason they started cutting promo. I tuned the fuck out. I was like, I don't care. Mark Briscoe came in. I was like, oh, Oh, okay. He's part of this match. All right. Well, let's do it, Daddy. Mark Briscoe for the wins. The match was okay. This show was steady. Like, it had my attention at certain points. But there was one with Eddie Kingston when he's won the championship, and this is what's next after that. Eddie Kingston is going to be part of the tournament up there in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he's champ. And he says he cannot face Claudio at Death Before Dishonor, but Mark Briscoe should go after the championship, should bring the championship back to Ring of Honor. And Mark Briscoe is backstage. He's like, hell yeah. Claudio interrupts. Great promo between the two, great promo from Claudio. Mark's like, hey, and him telling him like, hey, you can't step in your brother's shoes. You got to be the man. You got to man up and blah, blah. Just really good stuff right here, man. And I'm really jacked for July 21st, Death Before Dishonor. This is going to be fucking awesome, man. And Mark Briscoe winning that championship would be the world, man. It would be the world. Next up, Craven versus Diamante. Diamante for the win. And I got to say, I love her entrance with that, She does it on cue so well with her hands. It's scary because it sounds like, I was like, shoot at me. Right here, though, match of the night. 6-man mayhem match. Shane Taylor versus Brian Cage versus Dalton Castle versus Willie Mack versus Trent Seven versus Josh Woods. That's a stacked 6-man right there. Dalton Castle had some great spots, man. Dalton Castle's awesome. Willie Mack's awesome. Everybody was awesome in this match. Shane Taylor, Brian Cage for the win, man, but they were going at it, man. I enjoyed this match so much. I did something that I usually don't do because when I'm trying to do my job and reviews and stuff like that, I rewind this match to watch it again. The 6-man mayhem for the $25,000 win. Great match, man. Great match. Trish Adora with the Infantry versus the Kingdom, and not Maria, but Layla Hirsch. It was okay. After that 6-man mayhem match, my expectations were high. The Kingdom and Layla got the win, and then a backstage scene with Lexi, and Layla's like, yeah, I'm going to take on anybody. So I'm guessing we're going to see her and Athena at some point, and maybe at Death Before Dishonor. Athena, though, wearing a shirt. What was it say? Your mom is 2 nights local jobber. I was like, all right. But that's it. That's all. I got to give this a 3 out of 5. It was a good show for what it was, but that 6-man mayhem is what really topped it for me. That topped me off in that pro wrestling, boy. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get that sweet nWp logo created by Penta X, and check out his music. He's got an album coming out soon. It's going to be hot, brother. All right? And remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
You call yourselves the boys? I'll tell you what. You ain't his boy. You ain't my boy. And you better not be her boy.